come to the front of my vehicle. My vehicle is on level ground. I'm making sure it's not leaning to the left or to the right. That would be indication that there's either something wrong with the suspension system, or there's a flat tire in the front steer or on my rear tires, and it needs to be replaced. I'm also checking underneath the cab for any puddles like water, grease, oil, or fuel, and any hanging wires. I'm gonna do all my exterior lights. On the corners of my cab and trailer, I have my marker lights or my clearance lights that indicate the height, the width, and the length of the truck. On the corners of my cab and trailer, I have 3 ID lights that indicate commercial vehicle. I have my directional lights, my directional signals, used for left and right turns, also my 4-way flashers. I have my headlights, high beams for the country and low beams for the city. My fog lights, only used during foggy conditions. Now I'm going to do my inspection for all my lights and lenses. All my lights are working properly. None of my lenses are cracked, broken, or missing. They are clean, clear, and visible. I'm checking for burnt out bulbs. Amber in the front and red in the rear. Amber is the color for caution, red is the color for stop. Now I'm going to remove my locking tabs, and I'm gonna talk about my 3 reservoirs. 3-point contact. 1, 2, 3. This is my coolant reservoir. It's not cracked, broken, it's not leaking. It is tied and secured to the radiator with a full set of nuts and bolts. My cap, it's not cracked, broken, or missing. It is locked, tied, and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. All my hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. All clamps are tied and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. My coolant sensor, there's no bare wire to prevent a short. Now I'm going to be going to the driver's side, and I'm going to be locating my engine oil reservoir and my power steering reservoir. This is my power steering reservoir. It's not cracked, broken, or it's not leaking. It is tied and secured to the radiator with a full set of nuts and bolts. The cap, it's not cracked, broken, or missing. It is locked, tied, and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. My hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tied and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. This is my engine oil reservoir.
Upper level.
Max level.
Max level, okay.
What does it say right here?
Max level, okay.
Max level.
Thank you.
This is my engine oil reservoir. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the engine with a full set of nuts and bolts, and I'm checking for leaks. My engine oil cap is not cracked, broken, or missing. It is locked, tied, and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. This vehicle is equipped with 4 types of hoses. I have the water hose, I have my oil hoses, my fuel hoses, and these colorful ones right here are my airline hoses. Now I'm going to do my inspection of my hoses. My water hose is free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tight and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. My oil hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tight and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. My fuel hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tight and secure, and I'm also checking for leaks. My airline hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Pressure clamps are tight and secure, and I'm listening for air leaks. Now I'm going to move on to my steering system. This is my steering rod. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded with no more than 2 inches of play. It is tied and secured to my U-joints. My U-joints are maintained well lubricated, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. They are tied and secured to my steering box with a full set of nuts and bolts. My steering box is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the chassis with a full set of nuts and bolts, and I'm also checking for leaks. My hoses are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tied and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. Steering linkages consist of 4 parts. I have the pitman arm, my drag link, swing arm, and my tie rod end. Now I'm going to do my inspection for my 4 linkages. My pitman arm is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied secure to the castle nut. The castle nut is not cracked, broken, or missing, or illegally welded. It is tied secure with the cotter pin going through. Cotter pin is locked and secured, and the joints are maintained well lubricated. Drag link, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied secure to the castle nut. Castle nut is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. It is tied secure with the cotter pin going through. Cotter pin is locked and secured, and the joints are maintained well lubricated. Swing arm, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the castle nut. Castle nut is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. It is tied and secure with the cotter pin going through. Cotter pin is locked and secured, and the joints are maintained well lubricated. tie rod end, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the castle nut. Castle nut is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. It is tied and secured with the cotter pin going through. My cotter pin is locked and secured, and the joints are maintained well lubricated. Now I'm going to move on to my suspension system. This is my spring mount hanger, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the chassis with a full set of nuts and bolts. These are my leaf springs. They're a full set. They're not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. They are tied and secured to my mounting pad. My mounting pad is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. They are tied and secured to my U-bolts. My U-bolts are not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. They are tied and secured to the axle with a full set of nuts and bolts. This is my shock absorber. My shock absorber is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the chassis with a full set of nuts and bolts. My shock absorber is not leaking grease or oil. If it's leaking grease or oil, it needs to be replaced. Now I'm going to run to the back and I'm going to do my airbag. It's free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. I'm listening for air leaks and they should be fully inflated. It is tied and secured to the metal bracket with a full set of nuts and bolts. My metal bracket is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the chassis with a full set of nuts and bolts. Now I'm going to run it back to the front and I'm going to locate my brake line hose. This is my brake line hose. It's free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tied and secure, and I'm listening for air leaks. Now I'm going to locate my brake shoes, my brake drums, and brake contaminants. These are my brake shoes. They're not cracked, broken, or missing any parts and should have no less than 1/4 of life left. Brake drums, not cracked, broken, or illegally welded, and they are locked, tied, and secured. There is brake contaminant. There's no grease, no oil. This is my front steers. This is the inner and outer wall. They're free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. There's no nails, no screws to prevent a flat. Tire threads should have no less than 4/32 of life. We check with the tire thread monitor. Recaps are not permitted in the front steers. Air pressure should be between 85 to 100 psi, or what's recommended by the manufacturer, and we check air pressure with an air gauge. This is my valve stem, right on the bottom. My valve stem and cap is not too long, not too short, and it's also not rib torn or missing, and I'm listening for air leaks. This is my rim. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It's not bent. It's not oval. It's perfectly round. It is tied and secure with a full set of lug nuts. All my lug nuts are not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. They are tied and secured. I'm checking for rust. Rust would indicate that they are loose and they need to be tightened. All my studs are not cracked, broken, or illegally welded, and all the threads are not shiny. They are not stripped. This is my traffic monitoring device, also known as my side mirrors. This is my mirror bracket. My mirror bracket is not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the door with a full set of nuts and bolts. My mirrors, they're not scratched, they're not cracked, they're not broken. They have no illegal stickers. They are clean and visible at all times, and they are well adjusted to the knee when I'm inside the cab. I'm gonna go to the front and I'm gonna locate my convex mirror. This is my convex mirror bracket. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the hood with a full set of nuts and bolts. My convex mirror is not scratched, not cracked, not broken. There's no illegal stickers, and it's well adjusted to. These are my crossover fuel lines. They're free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tight and secure, and I'm checking for leaks. This is my fuel cap. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded or missing. It is locked, tight, and secure. Inside I have a rubber gasket. Rubber gasket is not rip torn or missing, and I have a full T-length chain inside. And I'm also checking for leaks. This is my battery box. It's not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. It is tied and secured to the chassis with a full set of nuts and bolts. I should have no less than 3 batteries. My battery terminals are free of corrosion, and there's no bare wire to prevent a short. These are my locking tabs. My locking tabs are not rip torn or missing, and they are in the lock position. Now, I'm going to do my air lines and coupling system that consists of 3 lines. I have green or black, which is my electrical line. I have red, which is my emergency airline, and I have blue, which is my service airline. My electrical line clamps are tied and secure, and there's no bare wire to prevent a short. My emergency and service airline are free from cuts, cracks, and bulges. Clamps are tied and secure, and I'm listening for air leaks. My glad hands are not cracked, broken, or illegally welded. Clamps are tied secure, and I'm listening for air leaks.